Hi everyone, and welcome to the IJAS Zfares tutorial for sponsors. My name's Arnav. I am one of the student webmasters on the IJAS student board, and we as a team are really excited to be introducing this platform in our effort to modernize our systems this year. This tutorial video will contain everything that you need to know about Zfares as a teacher, and so we strongly encourage you to watch it in its entirety to make sure that you're not missing any crucial information and that you have the most seamless experience possible, avoiding any big issues, so that we can support you in the best way. So this is a video for sponsors. Along with this, we also have a tutorial video for students that you can refer your students to. It'll be covering everything that they need to know about registration as well as their submission information. Now, on a broader level, the Zfares platform for regionals is a way for us as the state IJS organization to take in registration and student entry information in one unified online format. It allows us to string together all of our 12 regional fairs together, make that transition from regionals to state a lot simpler. And that's why we're really excited to be introducing this platform to the state fair. In terms of what students will actually register with and submit on this Zfares platform, at the regional level, students will be required to submit their basic project, student, and category information, their IJS abstract for their project, all the IJS safety forms with signatures, as well as a media waiver and the emergency contact form. Now, for paper session students, they'll be required to submit their full IJS research paper. We have some regions who use it to send to their judges for early judging before the paper session fair, and therefore we also want to take in those papers for all of the paper session students. Now, for poster session students, that is not a requirement at the regional level, but once they go to the state level, they will be required to submit their paper along with other information. Now, in terms of deadlines for all of this registration, the deadline for all regional registration for students across the state is going to be February 15th at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. This is regardless of regional fair dates, of school fair dates. Every single student across the state must submit their regional registration by February 15th at 11:59 p.m. Now, that's why we strongly encourage you to hold your school fairs for the schools that do hold school fairs a lot earlier than that to make sure that your students have enough time to proactively register for their regional fair. In terms of how this is going to play into the state fair, their students will submit by 11:59 p.m. on February 15th, then the system will lock, and then after your regional fair, the state qualifiers will have 2 weeks to go in and update their entry information, upload any additional information that they'll need, as well as edit anything they want and improve their submission based on the feedback that they got from their regional fair. So the system will lock on February 15th, it will unlock on your regional fair date or after your regional fair, and then students will have 2 weeks before it locks again until the state fair. And so we really wanted to make sure that students have the opportunity to improve their submissions after the regional fair. And so that's why we've implemented this 2-week policy. Now, teachers, big note, really important, you must mark your entries as ready for safety review by these deadlines as well. We have a 1-day grace period. So the deadline for teachers marking as ready is February 16th, and then 1 day after that 2 weeks is going to be the deadline for teachers to mark their entries ready for safety review for the state fair. So that's just a buffer period in case some students are doing it last minute and to save you guys some time there. Now, quick reminder, many regions also have their own registration fees and other form/requirements along with this Zfares registration. So please still keep a lookout for communication from your regional chair about those deadlines, fees, and anything regarding your regional fair. So don't forget about that. Zfares is not the only thing that you're going to have to go through. In terms of how your students will actually register, I'll get into the whole teacher walkthrough on the next slide. But students will have to go online. We recommend that students go online independently and register via the ijasregional.zfares.com site. There, they'll have a participant tab, which when they click on that, they'll get a tutorial as well as all of the information. It's super detailed that they need to submit. It's pretty straightforward. They can go through, follow the directions, and get their submission finished. Quick note, teachers must register on Zfares before their students are able to register. We've sent out a lot of automatic registrations to teachers, but if you've not got that, you do have to register on this platform before your students can see you as a teacher and start their entries. We also strongly hope that you will be their primary point of contact for any Zfares related issues, because we as an organization, we don't want to get tons upon tons of support requests. So we do hope that they contact you before they contact us, so that if you can answer their questions simply, that you can get it resolved right there and then. If that doesn't work, of course, please contact us at the state. We are really excited we would be happy to help, and I'll get into more support information later as well. So let's start with the whole teacher walkthrough. Now, on January 15th, we sent out a whole email as well as an email from the Zfares platform regarding your login information as a teacher. We were able to send this email to everybody, every teacher that's listed in our membership database, so under a school's membership registration. And so every single teacher that was listed there should have received an email that looked something like this with their username and password. So if you received this email, take that username and password, and you'll go to the IJAS Zfares site. And over here on the right-hand side, you should see a login box where you can enter in those details and then log in as a teacher. Now, if you did not receive that email, that just means that you were not listed as sponsor 1 or sponsor 2 on your IJAS school membership profile. That's completely fine, and all you have to do to register under your school and get access to your entries is go under here, under Create Account, click Teacher, and the process after that should be pretty straightforward. It'll ask for your name, information, it'll ask for you to choose your school, as well as confirm your email. That's it, and then you should get access to all of the entries under your school, and your students will be able to register under you. Now, for all of the CPS teachers out there, you will have to go through the Create Account place because we were not able to import your details right away, so you'll be able to go through that Create Account option and then create your account. The schools for CPS should have already been implemented inside of the Zfares platform, so don't worry about that. Just select your school from the options, and you should be all good to go to review your student entries and have your students register. Now, in terms of the rest of the teachers who got the email with their username and password, you'll go here, you'll click Login, and it'll take you to a first-time login portal. Here, you'll just have to confirm your information, whatever you have. You'll set a new password, and then from there, you'll click Save and Continue, and it'll make sure that it has the correct school information. We've already put that in, but please make sure that the school information matches your actual school. Here, it's a testing account, so I'm a teacher for the individual members. And when I click Save and Continue, it'll ask you that you're a teacher, just to confirm some stuff. And you should have access then to your entire Zfares platform. Now, let's go to the home page, and let's walk step by step through each of these tabs here. First off, you'll have a My Participants page, and that's going to be your page where you can see all of the students that have registered under you. Here, I see that I have a student test, and you can click on that student, and you can see all of the options that you have. Here, you can see their project ID, their category, their grade, their project title, and everything about them. Once you click, you have a few options here. You can edit/view, so that takes you right into their view where you can see all of their entry information. You can edit, you have full control over everything. You can see their media release. When you click select here, you can go into their actual entry where you can edit anything that they had. You can upload their information. You can go through, edit their category. So you have full control in this portal, and you can basically imitate yourself as a student. Along with that, you also have a ton of options to manage your students. So let's say somebody forgot their password. You can just go to change password and change their password. You can email them. You can also link projects together as a team. So basically how teams will work is each student has to create their own account on the Zfares platform, and then one student will go in and start the entry, and then they can link their projects to the other student. That should be pretty straightforward. But But in the case that the students can't link it themselves, you can go through, you can click here, you can choose the project you want to link, and then you can link them together. As a team member, you can make them a team project. So you have full control over your students. This portal is super, super robust, and you can basically edit everything about their submission. Now, this other tab right here, Review, is going to be where you can review their actual projects. So here you can see the project that the test student had created, and then you can see all of the different forms under that project. So here's the abstract, the emergency contact form, the safety sheet. You can go through, you can look at them, you can see the submission. Here, I've just submitted a blank abstract. Super, super versatile in this paperwork manager. Now, you can also go through and upload any information for them through here. And the key thing here is after your students submit all of their registration information, you are required to review their submission and click this button right here that says mark is ready. So we really, really encourage you to go and have a one-on-one conversation with them, review their submission, make sure everything is good in terms of safety to avoid downstream errors with the regional SRC. And so once you've conducted maybe a one-on-one meeting or looked at their submission and you think it's ready for judging, or you think it's ready, you have to click mark as ready. And that will say, send us as the state, it'll signal that this project is ready, it'll signal to the regional that this project is participating, and that's kind of your seal of approval. This is required for every single project that's going to be participating under a regional fair. So please, please, please make sure to go through and do these. You have that 1 day grace period after that February 15th deadline to go through and click ready for review and review all of the information. And so this portal is really, really robust, and you'll be able to do a lot of things through there. Now, in terms of this create account tab here, you can go to create account and you can click participant. This will allow you to actually go ahead and register students. So let's say they're not able to do it individually. This is also an option for you to go and create their accounts manually. Now, note every single student will be required to have an email address under that account. If for some reason your district restricts emails, if they can't get emails from IJAS, you can go through and you can put in a parent email address, or and of course the student email address and the parent email address can be the same. So all of that there are many different options, and you can contact us at the state if you have any issues with your students receiving our emails. But we do encourage that students have their own accounts just to make sure that they have control over their entry, they can see what they need to do, and they can edit it themselves, and to take the burden off of you guys as teachers. That's the main review of the Zfares portal itself. Now, I want to go back to this presentation for a quick second to talk about support information. We have tons of different support options for you as a teacher, and we want to make sure to make this transition as smooth as possible. That's why we've had all of these options. The first thing that I would recommend is going to the free FAQ document. It's a live document. We'll be updating it in real time as we receive more and more questions. We also have a video support portal. Now, this is the quickest option for support and the preferred option. And so all you have to do is go there. You'll be able to record a screen recording or a video of you saying your issue. We'll be reviewing that video, and we'll send a video back with the answer and what we can do. Now, if you're having some of those bigger issues, if you want somebody to talk to, we also are holding one-on-one sessions with teachers to go through and to help them through if they are really having some issues and having some troubles. So you can go to the members.ijas.org/meeting to book a one-on-one slot with either me or anybody else from our Zfares implementation team, and we can go through with you step by step and try to help you. And lastly, we do have a support email. Please only email us if the other options are not working for you, because we really hope that some of these will be able to answer your questions, and email is one of the slowest support options for us as a team. So for you to get the best support possible, we recommend that you go through those other options. Otherwise, thank you so much for being an IJS sponsor. I hope this tutorial really, really helped you with your Zfares implementation. Of course, we are here to help you with anything that we can do to make this transition as smooth as possible. So please, please, please reach out with any questions, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.